Hi, this is Dodger, and you're watching my show. Oh man, my voice just sounds so messed up. So it's been a while. The last week I just was not up for making news. We had some big family issues and then I got really sick. So overall last week just blew. It was bad. But you guys were all so supportive. Thank you so much for all of the sweet words and all the kindness. I really appreciate it. It's a new week, and even though my voice is still sounding so pretty, we're gonna do news. It's happening. So first thing is that the Borderlands 2 launch trailer went up. Those of you who get to play it today, I'm very jelly of you. I don't think that it'll be shipped to me in time, but by tomorrow I'm definitely gonna be playing it. I'm so excited. I'm planning on playing Salvador, who's the Gunzerker character. He's like a dual wielder. He's full on tank, which is totally in my wheelhouse. And then my friend Allie that I'm going to be playing with, I think, is playing a Siren. So we're gonna have a good juxtaposition of abilities. It's gonna be pretty cool. For any of you who haven't seen the launch trailer yet, I will link you in the description so you can go check it out. Fans of Ratchet and Clank, and I know that there are a lot of you, even though some of you may not admit it, their next game they're planning on turning into more of a MOBA style game, which is kind of interesting. With how popular they've gotten, I'm not surprised that some of the older franchises would take on some MOBA elements. It's a lot like how when racing games were really, really big, all of these franchises were like, oh, maybe we should make a racing game with our characters. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Banjo-Kazooie. It's in public beta right now, so really anyone can play it, but it only supports 1v1 or 2v2, so you can't just solo it, but it does employ a champion system, so you would be able to choose the Ratchet and Clank characters and then commit to a side, and then the two sides go against each other. From the sounds of it, and it hasn't been specifically said this way to me, but this is kind of how I'm interpreting it, it seems like this game might be a good gateway MOBA game. In other words, if you've never played any MOBA games before, it sounds like this one is breaking it all down to the basics in a way where it would help you to understand other MOBA games. It also happens at ground level, much like Smite, rather than overhead, so it feels more like the other Ratchet and Clank games. It kind of combines the two genres in a good way. This is only a downloadable game on PS3. It's called Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault if you wanted to get into the beta. I actually haven't looked up how to get into the beta yet, but it does say that it's public, so it should be easy to do, it should be easy to play, but again, it is a beta, so if things are going wrong, don't get all ragey. Just try to help them out so that they can fix it. So we've known for a while that Dragon Age 3 was coming, but we didn't know what the name of it was, so it's officially been announced, so we know that it's real. It's Dragon Age 3 Inquisition. So this name was actually on a leaked list of possible names from last month, so it's not like surprising. The name isn't surprising, the fact that there's a Dragon Age 3 isn't surprising. We knew all of these things, but it's nice to have it officially announced. There have also been rumors before now saying that your character would be part of the Inquisition, and in that way you would be able to branch out into all these different possible storylines. So that seems far more likely now that we know the name. And it will be on the Frostbite 2 engine, and the team that's working on it is the same team that did Dragon Age Origins. So overall, I mean, I'm looking at it pretty positively. As I found a bit of news, any of you who are big fans of GDC, which I have said many, many, many times that GDC is one of my absolute favorite events. GDC stands for Game Developers Conference, and they've also had GDC Online going on for a few years, although this October will be its last iteration. GDC Online is no more, but it's going to be replaced by something new. So GDC Next is going to be incorporating everything that GDC Online was, and it's going to be happening in 2013, although we're not sure what time of year. And it's interesting because nobody's having a very easy time explaining what GDC Next is going to be. I think because it's trying to apply all of these futuristic ideas of what could happen to gaming that didn't necessarily seem to fit with regular GDC. Something that I think is very interesting though is that along with GDC Next, the App Developers Conference is going to be happening at the exact same time and in the exact same place. And it sounds like ADC, the App Developers Conference, is going to be more marketing focused. Obviously it's going to be about apps specifically, but apps cover so many different bases. It's not just gaming, right? So it's going to be very much business focused, very much marketing focused. That's at least the way that it's being described. But if you were a huge fan of GDC Online and you're very sad to see it go, it's going to be happening in Austin, October 9th through the 11th, I believe. So you could be there. You could see it. Goodbye. Anywho, that is my show. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a positive or a negative response, feel free to leave it in my comment section. And if you want to have coffee with me, you can click wherever I put the annotation and it'll take you to my other channel. Also, I've been doing a Let's Play of the platformer They Bleed Pixels. I think that I'm about halfway through the game, so if you wanted to watch those, you can totally feel free. I now have a fancy end slate that Allie made me, so I can link to all sorts of fancy magical things as well. If there was a weird funky cut right there, it's because I started coughing a lot. But anywho, I hope that you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you again on Wednesday. Okay, bye-bye! Mwah! Banjo-Kazooie.